Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with a cluster video, or basically I'm going to be making some collage strips. I've never done that. I usually only work in little squares or rectangles, but I decided I'm going to start with a base that is a strip. So what I have done is I have a few strip items here that we'll be using. This is some packaging paper that I made. I think I did this on camera, so I ran into it in one of my bins and I'm like, I need to use that. I've got some strips of book music pages. Things got a little mixed up here. And then I just took some of my coffee dyed paper. This is coffee dyed paper on 65-pound paper, so I thought it would be a good stable base. Again, I've never done this before, so I'm not sure if I'm going to like it. I did forget to pull out my let me pull out my fabric scraps, or lace scraps here. I keep my little tiny pieces in these little jars. They're also very pretty to look at, so I have those. It is Sunday morning. I am still not feeling well. I'm still drinking my coffee, trying to just move slowly through my day. But I thought I'd just bring you along since I was going to do this anyway, and apologize for the ring light always. So I've got lots of bits here. I've got some things that are focal images, I've got some embellishments, I've got some letter or numbers and stamps, some paper, just lots of paper scraps. I've got some bigger scraps here in case I want to do a bigger cluster. I kind of tore them down kind of similar sizes. So I'm going to go ahead and move these a little bit out of my way. And you guys have seen me do clusters before, so there are parts of it that I will probably speed through a little bit quicker. I'm going to put the focal images over there because those will be kind of the last bit. We might do a little bit mixed media on them. I haven't decided because I'm not exactly sure how that will work, but I do have my gesso out, and I also have my crackle paint from Deco Art and my crackle glaze. I think the glaze would be really fun because the glaze allows you to see the layers underneath. So I think we'll start with one strip and then try that out because that will need to dry before we can move on. I'm going to get a piece of parchment to put under here. I do not like to see that ring light, as you guys well know. So I'm just going to put that there. Actually, that'll be a great base anyway for my paper. So here we go. I'm going to bring this down a little bit closer. That means you're not going to see my supplies as much, but you'll be able to see closer what we're doing. So I am going to go ahead and select some pieces, and I'll ink this one up, and then we'll move on from there. So again, this is a paper that I created from packaging that I thought would be a great base. It's a little bit long on this end, so that will go there. Goodness, I'm having trouble here. And we've got some book page. I thought these would be consistent with all of the strips, is this combination. So we'll do that. So I'm going to go ahead and ink these. Let me select some pieces first before I start inking. That will probably help everyone. So we've got some, that's a little bit big. Pick a little bit of a different one. Oh, there's a beautiful rose. That will be lovely. And then we need something a little bit smaller for this one here in the middle. And let's get these over here. And then I do want to pick some other bits. I forgot to, let me see, I reach over here and get a little bit more of the music page, or actually book pages, but I put those away. So give me just a quick second. I'm going to pull a couple of book pages. I really like the text as well, so I've got some papers here that we can add. So I'm going to go ahead and start inking up because sometimes that helps my flow to begin. So I'm going to ink up, and I'm going to rip off that hard edge off that. And then I will be back with you after I ink up all these little bits that I've selected so far. We may choose more. Okay, though I have my start of my base, and we're going to go from there. I decided that I couldn't really I didn't like the look of the book pages in a strip because I like to be able to ink those up. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this strip of this this mixed media paper that I made from the packaging. Get that on there. You know what? I'm going to get my bigger thing of art glitter glue because that is a slow go. So there we go. There's the big one. Oh, hopefully it's not plugged up. It didn't have a pin in it. Goodness gracious. What's up with that? That could be bad news. Hold on. Goodness. Nope, it seems to be okay. So let's give it a try. Oh, beautiful. Not sure how that happened. A lot of people mention in videos and on Facebook groups and stuff that they struggle with layering. So I'm hoping that this will help you guys to kind of push past that and give it a try. So I'm just going to kind of go like that. And the brown paper, the coffee dyed paper, is basically just a base to help us. So let's go ahead and lay these out again. So there we go. So I'm going to pause here because I do want to get some book pages in here. I do like to have, I basically will pick like a digital image of some kind of a design, a music page, a book page, some kind of specialty paper, like we have this mixed media paper that we made. So I like to have a little bit of all of those involved here. So I'm just going to tear some music up here. It can be narrower because we're going to have it kind of come off the side of the cluster, hopefully. So let's see how this goes. Let me ink these up. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put a piece on, let's see, we want that to be, don't really want it to go on top of my image though, so let's see. We have it coming out the side there a little bit, except now you can't see. So we'll hold on to those. That's not, these are a little bit smaller than I normally would do. So I'm going to grab for some textile here and see what's going on. We also have, now that I'm looking at the size of the clusters, a lot of these, I pulled these tickets and tabs, they're going to be way too big, but I do have some stamps and smaller bits over here. So we could also stick those on there too by just kind of going like that, or like, I have a hard time using these kinds of words and stuff. We'll see how that goes. Let's just start gluing some stuff down. I'm going to pull some paper, some scraps here. See what we can do here. I do like to cut this down though, because I can use it in multiple places if it is not one big piece. I like the little bit of a frill to it. I think it's really appealing. So you can come in with a little bit of lace there. And let's put this one down too. And maybe do this one on this side. It's a little bit too big. Boy, I am struggling. There we go. That'll all be arranged so that we can see the layers underneath for the most part. So let's see what else we've got here. We've got some gray. I don't think the gray will really work. I'm going to pull some of these out. Here, let me get rid of these scraps. It doesn't have to be very big. Like we've got this bit here. This is some coffee dyed lace that I purchased in coffee dyed. There we go. So let's see what we need here. I'll do a little piece of that. And just kind of put a little bit of interest under there. And then we'll do this one. Needs to be a little bit shorter because it's a shorter little cluster. I'd really like to do a whole like cluster strip like I've seen people do, but I don't know, it's a mind block for me. So let's see. I'm wondering if this is more, well, it's not really the focal image, so we might put these aside for now. I'm going to start gluing this stuff down just so I can get a sense of where I'm at. So I'm just going to set these off to the side here, and we're going to start gluing, and I will just speed through the gluing process. Our other layers, we should be able to just use the regular art glitter glue other than the fabric bits. So let's go ahead and put some fabric over here. I want it to kind of hang off the edge a little bit of that paper. So I like to put it on and then get my paper towel to just kind of push it down. Grab a piece here really quick. Just push that down. And we're just going to move down the line here, just kind of in assembly line order. Now what I want to evaluate, now that we've got something separating this paper from that, we could put some music page there, but I just really don't want to lose all the. Yeah, that would work. So let's tear a little bit more of this rose off. I really like to get that book page in there. So I like that. Let's do that. So I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac because I do have lace underneath there. Just going to do that. And it doesn't matter. I mean, we're losing some things, right? Because we put a big piece of book page down there, or a music page, and now we're covering it up, but that is okay. I'm going to tear a little bit off this side just because I want to see just a hint of that music paper underneath. So I'm going to continue to use the Fabri-Tac. It does not harm anything, and then I don't have to keep switching back and forth. So we're going to put that there. These are going to be pretty simple clusters comparative to what I have done before. I'm going to tear this one down a little bit. Probably don't need to ink all those edges because they're not really going to show. I don't know about doing mixed media on these though, guys. I'm thinking about it. It's very different. So this needs to be cut down too. Just a little. The clusters are smaller than I had anticipated that I would do, so I'm going to improvise here. Can't really see. I'm going to tear a little bit off the bottom. Oh, that was a lot. Goodness gracious. That's okay though. I really don't want to lose the music page, so that is all right. And these are really versatile in terms of, oh, I don't like that there's this word hopelessly in there. It's kind of strange. It's all right. Let's see what we've got here. Tear a little bit more off of here and re-ink it. Happens. You can kind of see a pattern here, right? I've got some vellum too. Vellum is always nice to kind of put on the top layer. It's fun. So that one is also big. So let's tear that one down a little bit. Oh, I love that, the way that that curved, because we're going to see those music notes peek out. Oh, I love that. I didn't even plan that. And then we've got one more bit of music page over here, which will have to be torn down too. Sticky, sticky. This is really little, really little. Let's see how we're going to use it. Maybe we'll just kind of put it up top here and let it stick out like that, and put this down here. I still don't like that piece. It just seems really dark and without purpose. So I'm going to grab a different piece of paper here. Let's just go with this lighter bit. It was kind of strange. It's okay to change your mind as you go along, guys. This is it's an intuitive process. Unless you just experiment, you won't know what your intuition is saying to you. It's just really about, you know, you can watch other people do it, get video, you know, watch videos, get ideas about how other people think through that process. But in the end, it is about you playing, because otherwise it's not going to really make sense. So let's look and see what we have here that we could use. So we've got a stamp, which would be pretty. But let's think about focal points here. Now again, my clusters are very small, much smaller than I had planned. So let's see what we've got. I've got some butterflies. Oh, that was really pretty. Butterflies. Just going to kind of separate these out by what they look like. I can make these smaller if I need to. I have a smaller punch. Would work. I feel like that. Oh, that one might be really actually quite pretty. But I got all these girls and now they're too big. They're way too big. And I've got all these little beautiful, oh, that would be all right though. It's so big though. I might, oh, this one would work though. She's kind of small. I could cut these down some more. So what about putting her, let's cut her down a little bit more. I've got these, they're not the greatest. I got them like on clearance at Craft Warehouse or something, and they don't want to work very well. We can cut her down a little bit more, make her work. Crooked on that side though. Maybe you're not supposed to open them up very much. I don't have any experience with those kinds of scissors, so let's just give her a try. I like this a lot. I really like that. In fact, I like her right there. I am going to put a little bit of lace under her, but let's decide on all of our focal points first. I'm going to find my smaller punch here and see if I've got, this is like super small though, because that's like super small. It's like 1 inch. I don't know if I want to go that small. Let's keep looking here at what we've got. And then I've got this beautiful one. This is one of my favorite images. Look at her. She's so sweet. That one would actually be okay up here, even in the size that it is. Actually, I'm going to cut a little bit more off just to help her fit a little bit better. stuck on that last little bit. These are all scraps, so unfortunately I can't tell you where where I got everything. So I'm going to set these on because I might be able to tuck some of these little numbers and words in behind to create some different interests that I don't normally do. I really, really like this butterfly. Let's go ahead and fuss cut this one out. Okay, that's good enough. I'm not looking for perfection. Just a little bit of something, something. I like that one right there. So now we only need one more. I really, really like this lady. Maybe I can just cut her face out, or this girl. Oh my goodness, look at this sweet girl. I don't want to make her any smaller because I think it will take away from her. So let's see if we can cut her little head. Oh yeah. Perfect. Perfecto. A little bit smaller focal point than I would normally have, but that's okay. And then she can go here. Love it. Okay, so let's get some of these out of the way here, and I'm going to play around with some other bits here and see if I can put some things in that I normally would not. I would not normally put a stamp on here, but I think the stamp would be pretty on this one, so I'm going to just kind of ink and place, and then we'll glue them on here in a moment. And let's see, we've got some words here. Those words are really big. How about these ones? I'm going to cut it down a little bit. Boy, that was not straight. These are going to, oh, that's not straight either. These are going to kind of tuck in, so only a bit of them are going to show. So maybe like this one can come up here like that. I don't normally do this, so this is very interesting. It's nice. I like the look, but it's not, I forget about these, to be honest. I had one that was a Paris one. Where did it go? Right there. So I think that one's okay. If I don't cut it down, it's fine. Then I don't have to, I can decide which end I want to use and have show and all that. So let's put that one with her. And then we've got a stamp. Let's put some kind of little bit here as well. There we go. And we'll put, this is way too big for this space, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that right there. I can minimize bulk a little bit here. So we will put that here. Okay, love that. Very different. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue on these other little bits. I think I might want to put a little bit of something under her, under the focal image, like maybe another piece of lace. So I guess these, I mean, they technically are strips, but not in the conventional sense. So let's find another piece of lace. So I've got more of that one that we could put under her. Yeah, I don't like that. It doesn't lay very well, so I'm going to get in here and see if I've got something else that would work. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know. I think I better stick to the one I already started using on this one. Or not put anything under it at all. Let's just skip that. Or do we have just a little scrap of this, which it doesn't have to, oh, that's the wrong one though. Doggone it. There's a little scrap of that though, just a little scrap. It's amazing what a little scrap will do. And if you put it on the opposite side, it's really quite pleasing. So I'm gonna just get that little scrap in place, and I'm gonna put it right here. I'm going to use the tiniest scrap, you guys. So cool. There we go. Now let's get our little girl on there. just going to barely show there. We're losing a lot of our flower, but that is okay. We can see it. We got an unraveling here. Whoops. Doggone it. Let me try to snip that and get it back on there. Was unexpected. Okay, let's lift you up here. Get creeped out. Sticky. There we go. So that is the top one. I love that. Love it. Okay, so we've got this. Oh, we didn't choose a thingy for that. You know what I mean by a thingy? Let's put these numbers on there. Actually, let's put these numbers on there. Again, I'm going to kind of cut it just to save landscape here in bulk. So we can put that over here. I don't want to cover up the flower if I can avoid that. So there we go. And our butterfly can kind of come down here. It's very pretty. Oftentimes I'll come back and put words on these when I get ready to put them in a journal. It's kind of nice to wait because you never know what you're going to want for your theme. So we might just stop today on the one strip because you get the essence of it, and I can continue and show you everything that I made in the photos at the end. I think that is my preference here today. So I want Paris to show, so I'm going to cut a little bit of that off. This one actually would be really pretty in the Paris journal. That was not deliberate. I might pull some scraps from the Paris stuff and make some just so I have some to pull from. So that one we're going to kind of stick up there a little bit. And then our girl, do we want a stamp under this one? She would be pretty with a stamp too. Let's see. Maybe down. I don't want to cover up too much of what we've already got going. I'm going to skip the stamp. Sometimes less is more. Oops. I am also trying really hard to keep my videos a little bit shorter for you guys because I know that everybody is busy, and I don't want I mean, obviously it's everybody's choice if they watch a video or stay and watch the whole thing or whatever, but if I can put out some content that is a little bit shorter, I think it would be good for everybody. My Sunday's Art of Truth will always be longer because they're a more extensive process. Oh, I was going to do some mixed media on this. We're going to try that. Well, no, we can't now because we've already put everything down. What I would have done is I would have done some mixed media effects at this level before I put the focal image or the you know, the extra bits. So we won't be doing that today. Sorry, guys. Indecisive, apparently. So there we go. And then our last one is our little lady, and she can tolerate a stamp because she's little. I guess I already inked that. So I think on the next, maybe we'll do one more on camera, just so you can see what I'm thinking about the mixed media step. So we'll see here. We're at 35 minutes and I can cut some stuff out, so it'll be good. Where do we want her? I actually really like that, even though that's coming into the stamp. Let's see. Or over here. Nope, over here. I'm gonna do it. The other thing, my other piece of advice is try not to overthink it, because you can get really kind of caught in a trap of, you know, that indecisiveness where you feel like you're going to make a wrong choice, and there really isn't a wrong choice when you're doing this kind of work. So there we go. Okay, we're going to stick her right there. Yeah, I love that. Look at that, you guys. So cool. Okay, I need you to just give me a moment while I prepare to do something a little bit different here, and we'll be right back. Okay, I think we are ready to give this a try. I need to grab a palette knife really quick. I should have grabbed that before I came back to you all. So let me see if I can dig it out. Sometimes they fall down into this bottomless pit of stuff here. There it is. Okay. So what I've done is I tore down, let me just remove this stuff here. I tore down this mixed media paper because I just want it to kind of hang off that edge, and then I switched it so that my, oh, I guess I didn't switch it. Our other one was the, I'm going to leave this in a strip, I guess is what I'm doing different. So I'm going to go ahead and ink these up, and I will be right back with you. Okay, there we go. I also decided I'm going to put a strip of this on underneath the base layer. So I'm just going to trim that off really quick. And so not everything is scraps. And oh, I forgot to ink these. Okay, I did grab a piece of fabric or ribbon lace to put underneath the base layer here. So I think I'm going to put it on the very base here, as I just said. A little bit confused here. So I'm just going to put it on there so that's hanging off. And I'm thinking I'm going to leave the whole width of it, the whole size. So I'm going to go ahead and put my Fabri-Tac down. I do have to cover most of this, so I hope you guys are having a good Sunday. When I'm done with this, I plan on doing some work in the Paris Rose journal and preparing for another video. I think I'm going to do some mailers and do some work with some Distress Oxides, which I got the sprays for Christmas, and I'm super excited to give those a try. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that on next. It's going to be very grungy, isn't it? If grunge is not your thing, then you could certainly use, you want to use the colors and the patterns and things that inspire you, because this is your work, this is your artwork. Regardless of whether or not you're making a journal to sell, if it is not a representation of your heart, it's not going to, there's just something that's missing in that, in my opinion. And again, that is just my opinion. But there we go. So we've got that on, and then we're going to put this on. Oh, I love that layer. Oh my goodness. It's amazing. This one's going to be bulkier because we're going to be doing some mixed media work. It's going to make it a little bit different. Sorry, I'm off camera, guys. Oh, I should have used that side. It had more words. That's okay. There we go. We're going to put that there. And we're a little bit short here, but that's okay. In fact, that's going to bother me, so I'm going to go ahead and just trim that off, because otherwise I'm going to be looking at that and going, what? Okay, there we go. Looks to be good. So now we're going to put layers of two pieces of paper, and then we are going to do some mixed media fun. So this is that paper I got it from Etsy. It's gold, and it's Paris. It's written in French, and I love it. I'm using it in my Paris Rose journal. So it's one of the signature pages, I believe, and I think I did some other things with it as well. So kind of skewed that little pen, ink pen, but I'm going to just put that there. And I can actually move that over a little bit, and then we're going to put, this is the She paper. If you followed me at all, you've heard me talk about the She paper. It is a digital from SeanPetite.com. She used to have it in her subscriber library, I'm not sure if she still does, but you just have to subscribe to her website, which is phenomenal, and you can get access to free stuff in her resource library. So the She paper talks about how she decided to focus on what she decided to be courageous. She decided to, you know, own her life, and that kind of like healthy kind of talk. I really love it. So let's put this one here. Let's flip it this time. I feel like this edge needs to be torn in ink just in case it shows. I'm not sure if it will. We're going to get that down, and then we're going to have some mixed media fun. Not exactly sure what I'm going to do, but we're going to give it a try. So, what are we gonna do? I think the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do some splattering. So I need to move a lot of these bits out of the way that I do not want to get splattered on. So I'm gonna set this stuff aside and I will be right back. Okay, we are clear. We are in the clear. I'm just gonna open that up, create a little bit more protection on my surface here. And these are ones that I pulled out for another project. So this is peeled paint in the Distress Oxide Spray, and then I have the vintage photo. So, and then I also grabbed some titanium white acrylic ink if we want to do some splatters. I need to move my coffee so I don't splatter in it. I haven't even drank my second cup. Goodness gracious. Okay, so I think what we're going to do first is we're going to do some Distress Oxide Spray. And again, I've not done this. I haven't used these yet, these Distress Oxides. So let's give it a go. So I'm going to just shake this up. Okay. And see if I can get that cap off. Okay. We're just going to spray. Ooh, so cool. Kind of cool against that blue. A little unexpected. I'm going to go ahead, go right in with the vintage photo. I'm going to keep that lid on. It's already oxidizing. Look at that. Oh my gosh, look at that, you guys. Look at the oxidation. Oh my gosh, it's so incredible. I have commented before that I delayed on really wanting these because I don't really care for the chalky look that we get with these, but this is epic. This is, oh, that was a lot. Let me see if I can, oh, let's see if we can, oh, it's interesting color that vintage photo is making. That's kind of unexpected. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Wow, I'm going to be using these a lot more. So I'm going to zap these with the heat gun and I will be right back. Okay, so the one thing that we have to keep in mind, both you and I, is that because I don't usually use water reactive mediums when I'm doing mixed media techniques, because it will change. So when we put something wet over this, it's going to shift. It's going to move. But look at that. Look at that beautiful texture and color. And that is not even, I did not even spray that to make it oxidize. It just did it on its own. Pretty amazing. So we're going to come in with a little bit of crackle glaze. So this is the one from Deco Art. It's clear. So it's going to show the layers underneath. Oh my goodness. If I can get it open. Hold on. I think I had this trouble before. Oh, there we go. I've heard that if you put a little bit of Vaseline around here, that will not happen, but I have not yet done that. So I'm going to use the end of my brush to mix that up, like so. And I'm going to wipe that off so it doesn't become permanent on the end of my brush. There we go. Okay. And I'm actually thinking that I might just use this brush to apply it so I can control it. So I'm just going to put some on here and there. Now again, it can affect that layer because that is a water medium underneath. That Distress Oxide Spray is water reactive. So this is going to be cool. We will have to pause and wait for this to completely dry. It needs to mostly dry naturally. Once it starts to crackle, you can speed it up, but you don't want to short circuit that because you can ruin it, and then you just get this kind of like an icy look. So I'm going to put some on here too, just to kind of juju up that plain paper underneath, just to kind of create some interest. I'm going to go along this edge here. I'm not going to go on the other side, but there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and pause, and I'll come back with you when this is nice and cracked, and then we will move on. Okay guys, this is nice and dry. I don't know if you guys can see on camera the cracks, but this is our little mixed media experiment. Forgive my dry, yucky hands. So I'm not going to put any more layers on this in terms of papers. I love it the way it is, but we're going to put some. I'm not sure this is going to work because I'm not sure. With this glaze, you have to, whatever is underneath it is what's going to be seen. You can never affect this surface again because it is like it's like a plastic, like it's like an icing almost. But I thought we'd come in with some Distress Oxide Spray in Worn Lipstick, just to add a little bit of some Pink Beauty. We're going to keep these ones a little bit more simple. So I'm going to go ahead and just spray, see what happens. Oh, I love it. I love it already. Okay. Wow. I'm going to add a little bit of water here. Okay. So it's affecting our lace and stuff too. That's interesting. Not sure if I like that. I'm going to dab a little bit here. It's awesome though. While this was drying, I will show you what I did off camera. So I just sat here and continued. So this is one of the snippet strips or whatever collage strips that I did. So I put some of this green lace, and we've got layers and layers. We've got this beautiful little girl, and then this one was just simple. It was the last one. I was tired. And then where's the other one? This is the other one that I believe I did off camera. I made them a little bit bigger, and so yeah, I love it. I love how they turned out. So let's go ahead and dry this really well. Actually, let me just do this because that is often all you need to do. Oh, I love this, and it is sitting on top of that glaze. Look at this. Look at what's happening here. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. I think it actually is on the paper there. And then here we've got it here. So it is affecting that that glaze. It's just not going to be able to get really under it to affect it, but I love it. So let's zap this really quick with a heat tool, and I'll be right back. The other thing that I want to do is do some white splatters. I had pulled out my Liquitex white acrylic ink. So we're going to do some splatters on this because these are the focal images that I selected. So I want to bring out some white so they're not completely all dingy and vintagey looking, which is nothing's wrong with that, but it's nice to get some extra stuff. So that should be plenty. And I'm just going to get my brush in here, and we're going to splatter. Even splatter is mixed media, you guys, because you're adding another layer, and that's what mixed media is it's all about the layers. I love that. Oh my goodness. So one more zap with the heat tool, and we will be ready to put on our final elements. Okay, let me just show you a close-up of this. Isn't this just delicious? I love it. And again, we are going to go light on the embellishing because this is so absolutely stunning. But I'm really enjoying those words or those numbers. So I'm going to grab those really quick because I used everything that I pulled out. So give me just a quick second. Okay, so I can't remember which little bag I got them in. This is how I keep my tiny embellishments. Keep them in these little zipper pouches, but I can't remember where I got them. Oh, these might not be the ones. Goodness gracious, Cara-Renee, this is not the one. Okay, I will pause and be back. I found it. It was in the stamp one. That makes a lot of sense. Explains why I could never find them. They're not in a logical place. So I don't know where I got all of these because they're all from different, a lot of them are from different makers. So I like that one. Oh, I love that one. And let's find one more. That's interesting. I like that July. Actually, let's not do that. How about that? Get these back in my bag, otherwise they will be on the floor, and Lord only knows what will happen to them. You should see my desk. It's a mess. It is a mess. When I do collage or I do snippets and clusters, it gets pretty messy. So let me just ink these up really quick, and then we'll assemble the rest of this and we'll be done. Gotta have some little vintagey numbers and labels here. They're so pretty. There we go. And then, oh, we gotta ink these up. So I got this lady. She's just from my scraps, and you know, like maybe I used part of a page and I didn't use her. I can't remember. So yeah. So I can't really name what I've used in this case. Oh, we've got a raw, strange edge there. Let me fix that. That's strange. I must have been too close to the edge of the punch. That's okay. So let's put this one down here because it's got some green tones in it, which is really pretty. But I cannot get over how these look. We are definitely going to try that again. Perfect. So I'm going to clip a little bit of this off. I don't need quite so much of an end on that because I'm going to tuck it behind it like so. So let's do that. I really enjoy doing clusters. It takes me a long time though. There's just so much kind of like waffling back and forth about what looks best and probably overthink it a lot. So I'm going to put that there. And then I am leaving, there is enough space on these for when I use them in a journal, I can add a sentiment that fits the journal. They would be fine like they are too, but I like a sentiment. So let's just get that on there. Right there. Whoops. Okay. And then let's do, I like this one with her, or maybe with her. So let's get this one on. Maybe we'll go out to the side on this one. Cut off that end. So maybe we'll go out like that on her. Put her right there. Love that. You know, I do mix media a lot, and I am just still very surprised by these oxides. I definitely need to play because they are really, really amazing. I love them. Just in the little bit that you saw me do today. So I'm definitely going to do my video with these are the envelopes. I'll just give you a sneak peek. These are the envelopes, the mailers that I'm going to be using. I put some music paper in the inside just to cover up that weird, you know, that pattern that's on the inside. And I'm going to use oxide inks to decorate those. So that'll be fun. Okay, let's get that on there. Oh, beautiful. Oh, she's so beautiful. And again, there's room here for a sentiment if I so chose later. And then this beauty is going to go right here. on this one. So I think this one I'm going to have her go up, have this little, these numbers go up above her. And then I will thank you for coming by, you guys. This was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So just playing around here with where I'd like, I think I'm going to put this one over here since we've put the other ones on the other side. So we're going to stick that up there, and then we're going to glue her on. So again, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope that you guys are having a grand Sunday, and I will talk to you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.